going to describe Sheila's Island to someone, I would probably say, yeah, it's a comedy through and through. We've sort of been saying it's like The Office meets Miranda meets Lord of the Flies, and there's a hint of thriller in there as well, which I really enjoy. I would say the main appeal was the fact that it was for women and for middle-aged women in particular, and I think that's a demographic that you don't see very often on stage, and all 4 women have got meaty parts, all 3D characters, and I think it was something really special about that mixed with the comedy element, and the fact I just love the script as well.
I think it's really nice to be in a play where you've got 4 fully rounded, middle-aged women who are not there just to be a main character's wife or a main character's sister or aunt. We are 4 women and you get to know them and we get to know them, which is really nice.
I think it's quite close to home in some of the topics that we explore, but in a humorous way. And I think inevitably for the audience, there'll be times when they'll be sitting there thinking, oh, that's just like me, or that's just like so-and-so. And I think that's what makes it so relatable, but also such a wonderful opportunity for actresses because we don't have a lot of opportunity. So this has been a rare but great opportunity for all of us.
It's interesting because the 4 of them aren't necessarily friends, they're work colleagues and they're on a works outing, which then leads on to the crisis. So there's definitely some interesting stuff going on in the relationships, and the audience I think gets to experience relationships happening in real time, but they are in a state of crisis. So that's where a lot of, as Dee is saying, a lot of the comedy really comes from.
And would you say, Michaela, that you share any character traits with your character Denise, or are you completely different?
Well, I hope not. She's an absolute bitch. Well, yes, I suppose a little bit. Yes, a little bit. Yes, she doesn't suffer fools gladly, that's for sure. And but she's a harsh one, isn't she? She's feisty.
I think the play has absolutely nothing to say about female friendship. These women are not friends. They would never be friends in any other situation. They are simply colleagues, and they are not the kind of people that would go to brunch together after a meeting. But they are placed on the island together, and so I do think the show says something about how people cope in a crisis and how people think they would probably cope a lot better than they actually would in a crisis. And I think these 4 characters kind of represent 4 very different kinds of people. And I think it's very interesting to watch the show and think to yourself, which of these kind of people would I end up being if I was in this situation?